Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of people not listening to our dumbasses, welcome to the Dad Religion Podcast. I'm Jason. Right next to me is Jim.
What's happening, y'all?
What's happening, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. This is gonna be fun, bro. This is one of those times when we get to really go through the looking glass, and have a normal conversation
Yeah, so
about surreal shit.
so before doesn't fit that good.
Welcome back to the hat.
Just for a second. Hey, so we had some crazy stuff go on this week. So we had a Democratic representative get sworn in, which gave them the 218 votes, I believe, was it? Something like that, to release the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So I think they released over 20,000 emails, and it's been kind of crazy speculation.
But they still haven't held the vote yet to do it. I mean, it's like the votes are
there. I thought they had the vote already.
Well, the vote, they have the numbers, but from what I heard, they're going to vote next Monday.
So I don't know where these were released from, and maybe they just released them just to release them.
They were coming out anyway.
I don't know. Yeah, and I'm assuming there's a lot more to come. So in those files, we have a lot of back and forth between Epstein, his lawyer, Epstein, and his brother, Epstein and Maxwell. And I'll say this first. I don't know what world we live in when we start to believe what Jeffrey Epstein says, just for our own, just for our own,
right,
just for our own political views. But it's still fun to talk about.
Right.
Half it could be bullshit.
Just to be clear, like the important shit that's supposed to be in the Epstein files are things like flight logs and who was on planes and this kind of shit, right? So this is just like the dessert. This is the sugar topping. There's nothing substantial coming out. Who gives a fuck what Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine, what Maxwell have to say? And honestly, they're both just creepy people, and for that matter, who gives a fuck what Donald Trump has to say? So,
and with that said, this is gonna be like the JFK files, right? You get pieces and pieces and pieces, and you can get a picture of it. I don't think anything's gonna come of it, to be honest with you. But
embarrassment.
Well, yeah, definitely embarrassment. You're going to get lots of pieces of stuff that you're going to have to put together. People are going to have to put together. You know that Epstein had ties with, it seems like, every freaking country in the world.
Sure, yeah. There's important shit that can be found out in this release. I mean, but like what you saw, they dropped 20,000. If there's way more files than that, think about how long it takes just to go through those 20,000 files for journalists to find out if there's anything interesting or pertinent in there.
And they got to open one email at a time. That's how it's dropped per email. So it could take months upon months upon months just to go
order
through
some
this
pizza.
Drop. And it's funny. There's Epstein talking to his lawyer, or talking to a journalist.
Wolf, right?
And Michael Wolf, and they're trying to put together like a way that to essentially blackmail Trump, like ways that they're going to have leverage over him. And during those email conversations, you see Epstein say stuff like, if he tries to say he wasn't on the plane or he wasn't with young girls, he's a liar. You know what I mean? If he does this, if he does that, telling stories about Trump and different instances, and if you look at it, it's all in like code, kind of the way he speaks. It's not really in code, but they just like they call Trump, or they call Clinton Bubba. They call Trump. They said he is a dog that hasn't barked yet. This is weird. Like, kind of, I don't know what that means. Obviously, but he also was talking to his brother, and his brother commented on it yesterday. I think his name is Mark Epstein. So he's talking to his brother one time about we all know about this, about Trump
are we?
blowing Bubba.
Oh,
Like, does Putin have? Do you think Putin still has the pictures of Trump, or it says Donald? I'm not sure, blowing Bubba, and everyone knows that throughout these emails, Bubba's always been his nickname, right? And throughout these emails, they refer to him as Bubba.
yeah,
But Mark Epstein came out yesterday, I believe, and said that it was all in joking fun. Something about to the fact that we were just joking around and we're not talking about Clinton. Then who's Bubba?
yeah. I don't know, man. But Clinton's been Bubba since 1992. You know, that's what the Bushes started calling him in the '92 campaign. So
Yeah. I mean, you've called him Bubba throughout these emails, and all of a sudden he's not Bubba. They didn't, but he did not say it didn't happen.
yeah, yeah.
He just said it doesn't refer to anybody in particular.
Let me ask you a question, Jason. Do you really want to live in a world where Donald Trump sucked Bill Clinton's dick? I mean, honestly, where that becomes real and not like stupid fiction. Like, I don't know if I want to live in that world.
I don't want to live in the world I'm in right now at this point.
That, like, to me, if it turns out to be true that something like that happened, then I'm gonna start thinking, oh yeah, okay, this is a simulation, and you know, the game creator is now starting to fuck with the NPCs. That's what's going on here. This is not real. This is all.
This is a Truman Show.
You know, exactly.
We're all
And this
in
is
the
like,
Truman
hey,
Show.
watch, let's see what they do now. You know?
Yeah. It's God. It's the amount of memes and AI videos that are coming out on this is stupid, dude.
Memes are the real winners, man.
It's gonna come to the point where we're not gonna know what's real anymore with this AI. So
I know
it's good. But that's a whole nother conversation. But what I'm saying is, people are going to start making these videos. Trump doing this, Trump doing that.
Oh, for sure.
We're not going to know if it's real or not. But
luckily, right now we can still tell. It's not, the technology isn't there yet where you can't see that. You know,
it takes me back to the Trump speeches when he's talking about Arnold Palmer, how he's a big, strong, large man, and then he's pretending to gag on the mic. He's like how is that? How is that not even a thing? Like, this dude pretended to suck off the microphone, and then he's like, "Oh, that hurt my throat a little bit." It's like, what the fuck?
Because the people in the audience are in a trance. They don't, dude. Like, listen, people get subject to like, you listen. This is kind of like out of left field, but here's an anecdotal story. The day that my father-in-law passed away, right? We were in the mortician's office. It was me and Christine and my sister-in-law Janine and her future husband Eric and their stepmom and their aunt, and we're all in there and we're talking about plans and what Frank had wanted and this and that. And the mortician, he's in the middle of a sentence and he says something about, well, when I croak, ... And I'm like, did this dude just use the word croak in a room full of people who just lost a man? And everybody else in that room didn't notice. They were all in this trance. Like, so he really said, and then he did it 3 more times, Jason. He literally referred to dying as croak the whole entire time we sat in front of him, and none of those other people who were, I mean, I was in a different state of mind too. I don't know why I caught it, but no one else caught it until afterwards. I told my brother-in-law, and he's like, oh, yeah, he did. That's weird, right? Like, but it, like, everyone sat there in a trance while he said the most random things. Your brain can do that to you, dude. Like, it's, you know, the physiology of the brain, it'll do things to protect you from pain. So if the dude that, you know, is like the embodiment of masculinity to you and the resurrection of you know, patriarchal culture, then your mind is not going to want to see him sucking off the microphone. You're just not going to see it. It's just like, you know, what was he doing? It's the same thing as when he was making fun of that policy
and
guy,
he's always
right?
doing this.
Dude, he started off making fun of that policy, that reporter who has palsy, and like they acted like they didn't see that, you know, like it's a trance, Jason. It is a psychological
mesmerizing.
Condition.
Very mesmerizing.
Oh, in a horrific way, dude. All right.
People are so crazy.
Nuts.
People are so crazy. Well, I think I don't know who those two or Lauren Boebert, but I don't remember the other lady who flipped sides.
Marjorie Taylor Greene,
was
no?
no for the Epstein vote. There was that one lady me and you were talking about over the phone.
It's
What's her name?
Nancy something. Was it Nancy
Well,
something?
kudos to them for not flipping. Because listen, Trump ran on the platform of releasing the Epstein files. Now he's scared to. I don't know if he ran on it because I know exactly what happened. He never intended to release them. They weren't going to get released under him. He ran on it because that's what his people wanted. You know what I mean? And now it's like this big flip flop. You got Kash Patel and Dan Bongino who had a podcast, and they got famous for the Epstein files.
Right.
And now Kash Patel's out there bug-eyed on freaking Joe Rogan. If there was anything out there, I would tell you. I would let you know.
What Epstein files?
Yes. So kudos, because they took Lauren Boebert into the Situation Room for what I've been told.
Yeah, right. I heard
or what
that
I
too.
read. And
I wish they would have taken Marjorie
for...
Taylor Greene into the Situation Room. It would turn into a rumble, and they would have just been duking it because you know that she'd whoop his ass.
Well, here's the thing with these folks, right? These folks who are kind of getting out of their crazy a little bit. Once Donald Trump is gone out of office, they still got to get reelected, and these people are all going to be on the wrong side of history, all of them. I guarantee it, and they're gonna live with that for the rest of their lives. And some people are kind of waking up to it. Yeah, listen, Marjorie Taylor Greene, whack job. I always said it, but she's starting to make sense. So I don't know if she was in that trance and she woke up. It's the same thing I feel for, like, I love Candace Owens. I don't agree with her. I don't agree with her in most of her politics, but I love the set of nuts that is on that woman because
it's hard to
she don't care.
I don't know how she sits properly because
she don't care, and she's gonna do whatever. And listen, she's got me down this rabbit hole, and I'm not gonna lie, she's got me down this tinfoil hat rabbit hole. And again, I don't have to agree with everything someone does, like Tucker Carlson. I don't have to agree with his views, but
I think
I'm at the point now where these people are kind of waking up to certain things, and I agree with them. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with someone just because we're not on the same party. I agree with them, and I agree with a lot of the things that is coming out of their mouths at this point. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think she just flip flopped because she knew better. She knew that she had to get back into office, and crazy wasn't going to be what it's after 2026. Crazy. Like that, like her and Matt Gaetz and all the antics they pulled, that's not going to fly anymore. It's had its run, I guarantee you. It's had its run. People are waking up. There's going to be some of them left. But I think that they flipped because they knew better. They knew, hey, if I don't do this, it's not going to be good for me in the future. That's my opinion.
So my grandma used to say, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah,
so,
great.
I think I'm going to disagree with you on this. I don't think that, like, Marjorie Taylor Greene and maybe more Lauren Boebert, but I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing this to get reelected. I think that she's like one of those true believer people, and when you enlist the help of the true believers and then you sort of deviate away from the belief, well, when the rebellion starts, that's where you go and look first, because, they're true believers, bro. They're like, they're crazy, radical in that way. But at least
she went on The View. She went on The View.
Marjorie Taylor Greene went on The View?
Yes,
and the stage didn't set on fire.
She was on The View with all of them hens surrounding her.
Oh, did you see any clips? Like, what was it? Was it pleasant?
Just Google it, man. It was. She sounded like a normal human. She started agreeing with the people in The View. She was getting along with everyone. It was very strange. I'm telling you, dude, there's something broken in the world.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I can't agree. I like the views. I don't know that the intentions are pure, but whatever. It is what it is. We are all allowed to our our view on things, and she is like totally flip flop. Like to me,
Well,
I'm all about America being first. America first. That's the
yeah.
way it should be. It should be about us. It
Well,
shouldn't be about foreign countries. It should not be about. And I agree with her if she is very if she is what's the word I'm looking for? If she is pure about her intentions, I agree with it.
you,
Um,
you agree
and the
with
same
what?
with I agree with a lot of what she's saying right now.
So if she's pure with her intentions, then you give her credit for being authentic.
Yes, but I don't know because she's been so wacko over the
She's
last
well,
4 years. It's really hard.
okay.
Like that whole the whole thing at the State of the Union a few years
Oh,
back,
totally.
and
You know what I would call
it's
that,
just
Jason? It seemed immature, and she seemed like an immature person as she came up as a representative. Remember her
she
chasing
was.
down? She
Yeah,
chased down that David Hogg guy and was chasing him through like Washington D.C. to try and get
yeah,
him to tell her why he was trying to take all her guns away or some shit like that. You know,
yeah.
she's I think, but betrayal will sober you up pretty quickly in the maturity department, you know, and maybe that's what,
Maybe.
you know,
I
this,
think she was that was her first term, right? She
yes,
didn't
she
have
was
any experience at all in
rookie.
office.
That was before January 6th. I'm not saying that that made any difference to her. I don't know if it did. I'm just saying that's how long ago it was. So,
Okay. I
um,
mean, you could be right. You could be right. People grow up, or people, mature in their beliefs. I know quite a few people who have
she's
matured in their beliefs over the years.
she's still extremely self-righteous, and I disagree with
Yeah.
just about every fucking thing she says. But you got to get you're right, you know. And here's the other thing: it seems to me that MTG has a similar take on Epstein and on other things as Candace Owens does. Kind of that similar track. They're sort of joined, you know, the whole thing like Charlie Kirk and you know Israel and Epstein, like all kind of together.
Yeah, the Charlie Kirk thing is crazy to me. I don't know what to believe in that, but
It's a
listen,
freaking simulation, Jason. It's like a video game,
listen.
and the NPCs are dropping out, and and they're fucking with us. They're just fucking with us. The game creators fucking with us.
The one thing I respect about Candace Owens, even in her crazy, you got the she did that. She before this, it was that whole French president's wife thing,
Right? Yeah.
Macron.
Mm.
But she comes with receipts. She just doesn't spit it at you and say, "This is what it is." She says it, and then she comes with receipts, and she brings up and listen, I'm not some conspiracy theorist. I This just is very interesting to me because she's just not saying it and then just walking away. She's saying it and then she's coming with text messages, emails, phone calls. She's doing her research, literally. She is doing her research, and she has a whole team of people who she has like a tip line. They call in. She goes and she checks those tips. She talks to people on the phone. Listen, I'm not saying any of it's true. What I'm saying is it's very interesting, and I look forward to her podcast on a daily basis. I fast forward her commercials and stuff like that, but I look forward to her podcast on a daily basis. It's a great listen. I know you're not a big fan of it, but I find it so interesting. It's not even funny.
I think
Because
we've talked about this a little bit before. I was brought up by a mom who was very steeped in like conspiracy culture kind of thing, and so
yeah,
I just it's made me very skeptical about
of course,
all
but
you know.
but back then they had no proof of anything. Like I said, she's coming with receipts.
Oh,
She is doing the research. Whether you believe it or not, it's interesting to think about. Like that whole
What generally what helps me out is when somebody gives sworn testimony. They raise their hand, they do it in a sworn setting. Then I take it really really seriously. Until then, there's nothing legally keeping them from saying other things unless they are specifically, you know, disparaging someone, and you know, then they're committing, you know, libel. But so I just think that for me, yeah, if to get me past the conspiracy theory point, Let me see some sworn testimony. That would probably do it for me.
I don't know. Nothing ever happens. You know what I mean?
No,
Nothing ever comes from anything, dude. But the whole Charlie Kirk
you
thing
know,
is kind of fishy. And listen, the main parts is we haven't seen a trial. Dude hasn't been in court that we know of.
isn't that strange? We have a perfectly good constitution, and just deciding not to use it. What's I don't get it. I don't get it. What is law? Don't people go to trial? Don't they have judges? Don't you present evidence? Don't people swear? That's the whole thing, right? You put your hand on the Bible, you swear. Now you're not gonna. And then there's penalties if you do lie, right? You've perjured yourself. Now you've gotten into more trouble. So your incentive is really not to lie. I mean, unless you really have to. It's not saying that people don't, but it's just the likelihood of somebody lying when they're sworn in is, drastically less than if they're just sitting on a podcast or on an interview, or if you're in their living room or whatever, just changes things. That's all.
Yeah, it does. It's some of these facts that they're giving us don't make sense at all. Like if you look at it, they don't make sense. There was one, they said that dude was changed out of his outfit on the roof, got down, changed again back into his original outfit, ran into the forest, assembled the gun, left. It's just all, none of it makes sense. It doesn't. It's not logical. It's not logical.
It's also not. It's also not physical. There's the physics part where a 306 round is not going to be stopped by any kind of material inside the neck. So if he was shot with a 306 and it stopped in his neck, then that defies physics. There's no way.
Yeah, that means it wasn't a 30-06 then. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't get into this too much because I could talk about this for like the next hour and a half. But I just think it's very interesting, and never in my life have I listened to someone who's straight. I kind of fear for the chick's life, bro.
She should be cautious. She should be cautious. I'm sure she seems to be logical. She's gonna have security. You know what I'm saying? She's hired
she does.
People. And it's gonna be good security. She's gonna know some legit folks in the private security business, and she's gonna drop a dime on that. But it sucks that you have to do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's calling out Turning Point. She's not really calling out Erica Kirk. She's just calling out Turning Point and people in Turning Point, and it's I don't know, man. It all boils down to
one of the bits that I listened to that you recommended did talk about. She was talking about something about the doing the layout for the event and how they didn't follow their normal own protocol about how far out it's to be scheduled and where it ought to be, and that the university itself didn't want it to be in that auditorium or not. What was it? Where was it? Was it an outdoor arena? Is that what it was?
It was outdoor, yeah.
An outdoor amphitheater kind of thing with buildings surrounding it. So I don't know, man. I mean, all that sounds really, really fishy. It always does, but
it does. There's this big old huge bush that's right next to the stage to the right, I guess. And they, that dude that they first got, that old man that they said they took in custody. Well, I guess he was talking to the bush. Like before that, when they thought they was all crazy and stuff, but then there's a picture of another dude looking at his phone, and he's standing inside the bush. He's literally inside the bush, in the bush, he's in there, he's standing there. You see the bush all around him, and he's on his phone. And she's trying to find the bush guy. She's like, "Why is he standing? There's plenty of room. Why is he inside the bush? And why were they talking to the bush? Was there someone in the bush?" Because it's not like a little bush, it's like this big grove
we're gonna find out the text messages I don't know, man, I stumbled into some crazy shit. Somebody help me. You up in there, bro?
I'm stuck in the bush, and the dude who was in the bush, he was outside of the bush, and when the shot happened, he didn't do anything. He didn't duck. He just stood there. I was watching the video. He just stood there like he knew it was coming. It's gonna be, babe, help.
Oh,
Charlie
dude.
Kirk's been shot and I'm stuck in this bush. My pant leg is stuck to the branch on the bottom and I can't move. God, I hope Candace Owens doesn't see this. She's gonna think I did something.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
It's
Well,
weird shit, dude.
dude, this is like this. I'm telling you, this is a through the looking glass week. So I mean, fuck.
Yeah, we're not gonna keep it too long today. I just wanted to talk to you about those Epstein files, and I think it's just gonna get worse.
Crazier.
And I think that he's embarrassed.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
unhappy.
Yeah.
He just said yesterday he doesn't care. Release all the Epstein files. So to me, it's like, did they just wipe them all clean? And now he's saying it. Like,
no, how can they? They're not going to be able to wipe them all clean.
No, come on.
I mean,
what world are you living in, bro?
There's always copies, Jason. Always copies.
Listen, it's safe to say Bill Clinton was on that island. Donald Trump was on that island.
Was he?
Oh, they said he wasn't. It doesn't matter. Bill Clinton has something to do with Epstein, whether he was on the island, on the plane, whatever.
Listen,
it's
like,
there.
Back to what I said a minute ago. I mean, whatever comes out in the Epstein files, I'm still going to need to see sworn testimony in order to, like, because they're, like you had pointed out earlier, we don't know what's fact and fiction. We don't know what's bullshit. You know, everybody in that orbit has agenda. Everybody in that orbit has, you know, their own demons, it seems like. So, I mean, they just overlap, you know, in this one place. And so who knows what's going to happen. But if it goes in front of a court and people swear and give testimony, that would be important to me. That would be something that would mean something. Otherwise, this is just fun to make fun of. You know,
it's a crazy world when we start to believe the world's biggest pedophile ever in history.
Right.
Take his word for it.
Right. And hey,
so
important to always remind, because I keep on having these conversations with people that are conservative saying, well, all you want is for the Trump stuff to be released. You don't care if it's, you know, if it's thousands of Democrats and stuff. And I'll say the same thing that I've been saying over and over and over and over and over again. Abusing children is horrific. Conspiring to cover up the abuse of children is horrific. Knowingly turning your head and ignoring the fact that children are being abused is horrific. And I don't care who the fuck you are. You can be my mama. If you've done any of that shit, then you should be subject to the full extent of the law. Period. Full stop. I don't give a fuck what letter goes after your name in Congress. I don't care what church you represent. I don't care if you're the Pope. You know, Pope Leo, come to the United States. We got to talk to you about some shit. You know, Catholics do that shit every once in a while, so it shouldn't surprise you too much. Anyway, I like Pope Leo. Sorry, no mean to diss on the Pope, but you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, it doesn't matter, and that's what's important. If it comes to this, everybody should be prosecuted. I don't give a fuck if it's Bill Clinton. I don't care if it's Barack Obama.
Of course, you shouldn't.
Right.
You shouldn't.
Right. But some people seem to, Jason, and that's still part of that whole where their head is kind of thing, you know?
Well, yeah, they're like, why didn't you release them? Why didn't Biden release them? Why didn't? Yeah, I mean, why didn't he release them? We don't know. He should have, but
yeah,
that doesn't matter. Someone needs to release those damn files.
And if by not releasing those files, Biden was covering for somebody. Remember what I said, if you knowingly look the other way while children are being abused, if he knew that had been going on, if he actively covered up, then he should, I don't care if he's 98 years old by the time they figure that out. I want you to wheelchair his stupid dementia ass into court, have him raise his right hand, testify, or not raise his right hand, doesn't have to testify, but put him on trial. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. If you knew about it, you got to go down. And maybe that'll be the great cleansing that we've been waiting for, Jason. Just like, clear the slate. There's just, we got a bunch of rot in the building, and we just need to go in there and take the rot out and replace it with some good sturdy wood.
And it's pretty shady when you fight against releasing it, like, totally, like when you're like trying to call people in to stop the vote. That stinks. On you. That makes you look really bad. What are you hiding, bro?
Awful.
What are you
Yes.
What are you really hiding?
Yep.
Own up to it. Move on. Let's
Well,
not
there's
move
some
on,
things you can't own up to and move on. I'd be own up and then.
But
someone...
he needs to. I mean, yeah, I used to be friends with Jeffrey back in the day. We liked young women, yada yada yada. At least acknowledge it. I mean, you're gonna get caught either way, bro. I mean,
Yeah, he could always get on a plane and be in Russia by morning, and then be like, "Oh, by the way, I resigned the presidency."
And then Putin's like, "Hey, Donald, remember this picture?
Remember? Guess what? We're gonna get some of that. That's right. Nothing is free, my friend.
The one big beautiful bill."
Oh,
Anyways,
dude. You know, the
on
thing
that
is,
note,
I gotta wonder. You gotta wonder, how does Bill Clinton feel about all of these jokes? I mean, in some way, he's like, it's kind of funny.
I heard that I read somewhere that they've been trying to cover this up for years. The Clintons.
Probably, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's par for the course.
I mean, I wouldn't do it to begin with. So,
yeah, yeah.
I think that's all I got for this week. I think I'm done with my conspiracy theories. I want to thank all of our 12 listeners to maybe listening. We kept it short this week, trying to keep them short. It's sometimes it's hard with us because we just keep blabbing on and on and on. So thank you for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. All right, Jay, have a good week. Late.
You too. Later.